I'm a professional fashion photographer with just under 2 years of experience. I literally just got my work into Vogue 4 weeks in a row, which would have been unheard of a year or so back when I had no idea what type of work to create, what type of work ethic that I needed to have to succeed as a photographer, while also not knowing how to land my first clients. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to land your first dream client, start by making some real progress as a photographer, and also maybe even getting your work into Vogue. Guys, the hard truth is you need to put in the work. You're not going to see any progress as a photographer if you just do a couple of photo shoots and expect a bunch of people just to flood your inbox with a bunch of shoot inquiries. And I used to think like this, and I would go like 6 months without seeing any paid work. But ever since I made that mindset shift and I was like, no, I need to get shit done, I would see regular clients. Like now I land at least like 1 to 3 clients per month, which is for me is plenty for a profitable photography business. Okay, so what should you do? What is that hard work that I'm talking about? Well, what you do in your free time matters, guys. Because guys, our photography is a business, so we have to treat it like it's a business. Like a business does not just only do business stuff when they're acting out a service for a client. They're doing stuff outside of that. They're looking at their marketing, looking at how they can improve their whatever it is, like CTR and all this other stuff, right, and conversion rates and everything like that, right? They're doing stuff that will obviously land them more clients and will get them more work. So we need to do the same thing with our photography, you know what I mean? So in that free time, we need to spend time finding models to shoot with, networking with people like makeup artists and stylists, thinking of photo shoot concepts, you know what I mean? Like reaching out to clothing brands for potential work, even doing research on the brands that you want to work for and see how you can make photo shoots that would appeal to them so they can attract them and potentially get hired by them someday. Maybe it's even find inspiration, right? Whatever it is, just do something apart from just shooting. Because a lot of us as photographers, especially when I first started, I would only do and think photography when I'm actually shooting, when I'm on a photo shoot. Probably the same thing with you, right? Like you probably don't even care about photography that much, or you're like, you want to do it as a full-time job, right? But you're just kind of just like, you're not really taking it that seriously. You're just like, okay, you only time you use your camera is when you're getting paid to do a photo shoot, or that is it, right? You're never watching YouTube videos on some maybe like composition tips or lighting techniques, or maybe it's even courses that you want to watch. Maybe it's my YouTube videos, whatever it is, right? You're not doing anything outside of doing photo shoots, which is a big mistake. Like back in the day, I would say like 2023, 2022 time, I wouldn't really think about photography. Like even though I had a lot to improve on, it wasn't like I was really good at it. I didn't really have to like do research on it. Like no, I had so much to improve on. Like I needed to really do research on how I can improve my photography, lighting techniques, how I can improve my posing skills, finding my style, whatever it is, right? But for some reason I wouldn't do anything. I would just be like, I literally would go like 3 months without doing photo shoots. Joanna said I went 6 months without getting any clients. To be fair, I probably didn't pick up a camera in 6 months. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually did do that. And like, yeah, I would see no progress on it. Of course I wouldn't. In my opinion, if you want to see the most progress possible, you want to be obsessed with photography. Like I'm not saying you have to shoot every single day, because I know a lot of photographers say that for some reason. They're like, oh, take photos every single day and you will improve. Like, I'm not saying that. You do not have to pick up your camera and start recording stuff or start taking pictures of stuff every single day. That's stupid. You don't have to do that. But what I'm saying is you want to spend a couple of hours a week just thinking and breathing photography. So that's another action step for you guys, right? Find a day or multiple days of the week where you know that you can spend like 1, 2, 3 hours in that day just to think, breathe, and just research about photography. Just be obsessed with it for that couple of hours a week, right? Because you don't have to do it every single day. You don't have to do like, again, like you don't have to shoot every single day, do stuff. You can just spend like 2-3 hours a week just thinking and breathing photography. Specifically, you want to have it in a block of time. So don't like separate it throughout the day. Don't be like, oh, 1 hour here, 1 hour there. Like, no. Spend like, if you have 2 hours, right, to spend that 2 hours in one block, right, in a row of just doing everything photography. So look back what I just talked about. So maybe if it's networking, right, finding models, if it's researching clothing brands, finding inspiration, maybe it's thinking of a photo shoot concept, making a PDF, sending it to people, pitching your portfolio. Maybe it's even like something as simple as organizing your portfolio on your website. It's anything to do with photography. And one thing that you can do in that block of time is click the top link below to my photography program, Photo Genius University. Taking action as a photographer is what's going to take you far, and what has taken me very far, getting my work into Vogue and all that type of stuff. So I want to help you further with that. And that couple of hours a week that you spend thinking and breathing photography could be spent in the weekly group calls that we do in the program. You know what I mean? I'll personally review your portfolio, tell you how you can improve, give you personal advice. Also get access to the Portfolio Mastery course, which will give you all the knowledge that I use to get my work into Vogue and to land me my first dream client, and how I'm landing regular clients to this day. Click the top link below and join today if you're interested, become a student, and yeah, I'll see you inside. Because guys, without putting in this level of effort, you'll never be able to find your style, learn how to light, get better at lighting, right? Get better at posing your model, get better at composing your images, whatever it is. You need to invest time into these aspects of your work if you want to land your first dream client that will give you that full creative control. Look at these big successful portrait or fashion photographers. You look at their portfolio and you think like, oh my God, like their work is so creative, it's so stylized, it looks so good, and they get paid to do that. Oh my days, like how do they get those jobs? And I used to think like the only way you can get those jobs is through like having the right network, making the right connections. It's about who you know, not what you know. Obviously guys, yes, like those things are important, but the main reason why they landed those jobs in the first place was because of their portfolio. And their portfolio already consisted of these creative and stylized photo shoots. And how did they fill their portfolio with those creative and stylized photo shoots before getting paid to do so? Well, it was through experimenting. It was through putting in that work to do a bunch of collaborative shoots, through finding out what they like, finding their style, building up that portfolio. Guys, in those early stages of your photography career, you're gonna have to spend so much time experimenting to find your style. Like for me, 2024 was like the year I decided to like, okay, I need to take this seriously. I need to start landing clients. So in 2024 alone, I did about like 2 to 4 photo shoots every single month. And most of them were just collaborative and free photo shoots. I spent that time just experimenting as much as possible, trying out all sorts of lighting techniques, all sorts of color palettes, all sorts of themes, different looks, different grading techniques, all this types of stuff to find out what I like the most. Like I picked out which types of shooting that I like, and I did and I experimented with. And I was like, okay, this is what I like the most. I'm kind of stick to that. And the funny thing is, 75 to like 80% of the photo shoots that I did last year, I don't even like them anymore. Like I look back at them and go like, they weren't even that good. It wasn't even that good. Like maybe they were technically good photos and they're actually pretty cool, but like it doesn't really resonate with the style, my current style. It doesn't really resonate with what I like to do now, so I don't have them in there. I've deleted it from my Instagram, I deleted it from my portfolio. It's not there anymore. And like, don't think of that as like a waste of time. You might think, oh Joe, that's just a waste of time. You just did all those photo shoots just to delete them. Like, I don't see it as a waste of time because I use those photo shoots as a way to find out what I actually like. Like, it's the same thing with like relationships, for example. Like with relationships, you don't really know exactly what you like until you've actually been in a relationship. Like right now, you may think that you like this type of thing in a partner, but once you actually have a partner who's exactly like that, you realize, actually, I don't really like this. And you actually find out you actually like this instead. And it's the same thing with your photography. You think you like this certain style of shooting until you actually try it. And you try it and you're like, actually, I don't really like it that much. Like, I don't really like that look, in my opinion. I don't really like that. For example, it's that natural light look. I don't really like that natural light look. I actually prefer something moody and more cinematic. Like, you're not going to find those things out about yourself as a photographer if you don't go out there and shoot. Like, treat those free collaborative shoots that you do in those early stages as a way of finding yourself as a photographer, because you need to find your style as a photographer if you want to start landing your dream clients and you want to start landing high paying clients. The reason why I'm able to land quite a lot of like regular clients that want my creative input and want my control and like actually open to my specific way of shooting is because I show off a specific style in my portfolio. And the only way I was able to find that style was through doing a bunch of these collaborative and free photo shoots. Fuck, that's deep, bro. And I like to call this the Photo Genius Protocol. You go out there and you experiment as much as possible. You try out all sorts of ways of shooting, all sorts of lighting techniques, all sorts of different types of models, different makeup artists, different stylists, whatever it is, you're going out there and trying something new every single time. And you're gonna be able to find your style from that, and you're gonna be able to land your first dream client that will give you that full creative control. And also about experimenting too. It's not even just about how to like helping you find your style, but it's also about just generally improving as a photographer, like in terms of your technical ability. Like, for example, with lighting, because I imagine I'm doing 2 to 4 photo shoots every single month and I'm trying out new lighting techniques every single time. But you can imagine that my lighting skills would significantly improve, and they have significantly improved. Because I tried out a bunch of different lighting techniques, I know so much about lighting. Like right now, I kind of stick to like a very similar lighting style. Like most of my photo shoots have a very consistent, very similar way of lighting. It's very like kind of the same basically for every single photo shoot, but it's a little bit different. But before, when I first started, that was not the case. I was doing things completely different every single time because I wanted to find out what I actually liked. And now I've kind of found out what I like. I like to use a lot of rim lights, I like to use backlights, top lighting, very like harsh highlights, very something very high contrasty. Now I found out that I like that look, so I'm going to stick to that look. But before, I was doing a bunch of natural light stuff. I was doing a bunch of, obviously, that type of moody look and that high contrast look. I re-experimented with all sorts of different lighting. So now I found out, yep, I like what I like right now. So I'm just kind of sticking to that. But if you look at your situation, you probably don't have a very specific style of lighting your model. So you're going to have to try something new every single time to find out what you actually like. I know so much about studio lighting to the point where I can make whole courses around it. Again, guys, top link below if you want to join the program, photography program. You get access to a studio lighting course which will tell you everything there is to do about studio lighting. So yeah, click the top link below, join today, but whatever, right? So back to the point. And if you're asking if I still do these creative, experimental, collaborative shoots to this day, yeah, I still do them. Not as much as I did back in 2024, but I still do them. For example, I did this Adidas photo shoot about a month or so back, and that is what got my work into Vogue. It was super creative, it was super stylized. I planned it out, made a PDF, made a full lighting plan for it, shot list, everything like that. Really took it seriously. I put in that work I put in all that effort to really make this photo shoot stand out, and guess what? It paid off. Got my work into Vogue, got all those photos into Vogue, and it's amazing. You know what I mean? I'm blessed. Because our main goal as portrait and fashion photographers is by building up that solid portfolio, building up that stylized work, that unique way of shooting that stands out to everyone else. So by building that up, then now you're in a position to start networking with clients, reaching out to potential brands that could hire you, you know what I mean? Introducing yourself to important people, finding the right connections. Because yeah, obviously, like I said, it is about your portfolio. It is about your work and your style as a photographer to land you those dream clients, but it's also about having the right connections. It's about having both. It's not about having just one and that is it. It's about having both of them. And the only way you can have both of them is if you start by building up your portfolio first and then reaching out. I wouldn't suggest trying to like build up a network and finding clients to work with before you've built up any sort of portfolio or any good portfolio. Do the portfolio stuff first and then start networking. Anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys found this useful. Again guys, click the top link below to join my paid photography program, Photo Genius University. If you want to get personal training, you want portfolio reviews, you want to get access to some really useful courses that will fast track your progress as a photographer to land you that first dream clients, guys, just join today, become a student, and yeah. And if you're not ready to join the paid program just yet, that is completely fine. Just click the second link below, which is my free program, Photo Genius Academy. That will give you all the initial knowledge that you need to build your portfolio from the ground up, turn your passion into a career, and just put you in a better position as a photographer so you can land your first clients. So yeah guys, that is it. Click on any of these videos here to learn more about portrait photography. I'll see you next time guys. Goodbye.